We're in today with NVIDIA ION. This is a 2010 video card with 16 shaders. It's got half a gig of VRAM DDR3 running at 589 MHz on the core clock, 790 MHz on the memory clock, 64 bits bus width, and today we're gonna pair it up with this Intel Core 2 Quad Q9650 with 4 cores and 4 threads. This is by far the best video card that I have, but the best thing I can do for this is just jump in a couple of games and see how it holds. Let's go. Let's start from up top. This is a very weird video card. It's got PCI Express 1. It's 1 on the PCI Express. It's got a small big connector there. And yeah, it's not funny, you know. I always tested this video card with some weird games because this video card doesn't work. So this is the first time I'm coming here in this computer, and I know I got all games here. And maybe I can make this video card work. So first things first, I don't have 4x3. You know, I don't squeeze it because apparently the control panel, I couldn't install the control panel. I use force drivers, and I'm gonna have to stick with stretch today, you know. So I will make sure today to try to make this video card looks good, you know, because it's got 16 4-bits bus width, it's got half a gig of VRAM, you know, and PCI Express 1. You understand? It's like you take a riser or a extension. That's the speed I get, you know. You remember when we played with the MXM video card with that adapter? That's the same performance, and I think that performance should be in this computer, but regardless. So what we got here, 1024. See, this NVIDIA doesn't go more than this. I have to modify registering, I've been told in the comment section, and modify the whole thing in order to get more resolution. I read a couple of forums, and they can go higher in the resolution, but I'm gonna be there. But at the moment, I'm gonna keep this as a preset. 800 by 600 was 30 FPS. With this, with 640, I think this is going to be the resolution today. So 640 FPS is not bad. How about if I put high details? How about medium details? That's it. Medium details with 640. This is it. I love this so much. It's instant FPS. It shows me instantly. All right, 640 with medium details. I got some reflection, and I still got performance. Let's see what we got here. 38 degrees. That's good. Maximum core load and 29 megabytes of VRAM. Let's do a reset. So with 640, I have a standing chance on actually playing games. This is not a graphics card. This is a display adapter. This is the true display adapter, you know. But if I can make it with this, I can call it a decent experience. You look at this. I got nice reflection. Yeah, I understand stretch is not okay, but yeah, I have no options in this situation. I have to tinker with these drivers and the control panel in order to find maybe the right one that gives me a control panel. Then I can use 4x3. But even then, I have very weird resolution in which I can play. I got only the second that is being utilized on the CPU side. I got 20-30% load on the CPU, and the GPU it's holding okay with 95%. If the temperature is good, then you can say, people say, you can overclock it. But do you know how many times I've seen this video card online, you know, to buy? Not. So overclocking it, maybe there is a high chance you can crack the chip and it's not worth it. So this is by far the most unique video card that I have, you know. This is a very weird GPU that I managed to put my hands on it, and I don't want to lose it by overclocking it, you know. Ideal will be to have a little more speed, you know, around 700 megahertz on the core. It will be not. I will not say no, because I know I will have better FPS. But in this situation, you can see that if I do the right settings, if I play the right games with this ION, I'm gonna get the right FPS. So I'll take this. So Underground apparently is doing the job on delivering some FPS with this. I can validate this display adapter with Underground. This is the last settings I have with the last video card, and apparently it's not even close to that performance, 11-12 FPS. So I got maximum details. What I've learned from last time, from the last game, is to go medium and maybe put 800 by 600. Let's try that. So S.T.A.L.K.E.R apparently it's working with the display adapter. Okay, so I got the first time for the first time, I got 180 megabytes of VRAM utilized. So the resolution is not okay, the quality is not okay, but imagine having this type of display adapter, finding it in a PC and saying, oh, what can I do with it? Oh, can I do nothing? It's just to display some image on the monitor and that's it. No, you can actually use it for all games. You can actually see it's using nearly 200 megabytes of VRAM. Quality, it's Dogo, but it's medium betas with 800 by 600. So validation is very important to find purpose for this, and I managed to find it in S.T.A.L.K.E.R. and I'm proud of this old video card because this is a very unique display adapter, and I'm proud that I managed to find games, because last time I was playing it was kind of horrible and I didn't like it, So in this game I got playable FPS, 68 FPS on average, 42 on minimal, and 23 on 1%. It's okay, the quality wise is not okay, but this is how I managed to grow up back this type of resolution and quality. So seeing this, I'm like, this hits back home, this is my kind of jam, One thing I appreciate, 130 watts. This is very important, 130 watts can be used on a battery or a solar panel, it's like a glorified laptop charger, there you got 30, 70, 90 watts, 130 watts, 130 or like a high-end workstation, 130 watts, a laptop charger. Seriously, this is an awesome performance this computer is offering here with this amount of quality and the resolution, so I'll take it. This is a good performance from the display adapter. Can't say nothing bad, and I think the most important thing is to find the right games and the right settings. See, look at this, look at the CPU. I got 100% load on the core, only on the first core. Temperature is good, 50 degrees, and all in all I can say, you know what, leave the CPU alone because it doesn't matter, quad core CPU. Should have been a Pentium 4 with 3000 megahertz, would have done the same thing. Seriously, fantastic performance from this video card. Seriously, fantastic performance on 800 by 600. I put it on, and with maximum details I got interesting performance. Look at this. I'll take this because it's working really nice with this display adapter. I got 160 megabytes of VRAM utilized here, 93-95% load on the core of the video card. This is good, and in this situation you can see that it does the job. Seriously, it does the job. I like the temperature though, 39 degrees. I got 130 watts consumption from this. Overall, the wattage is good. Temperature on the CPU side, I got a 47, 48, and it's surprisingly, it's using the CPU. I mean, the first core only, because that is with maximum load almost, and the other ones are like 10-20% load only. 800 megabytes of system RAM utilized. 800 in this case is good. Overall performance, it's not that bad. I got a different type of game that is working with this display adapter. 800 by 600 though, but it's maximum details. I like the game, even though it's a low resolution. The overall performance here is good. It shows me that if I can put my hands on something like this, there is options with all games, and that's it. This is the most important thing. Setting up the game allows me to do wonders with this. Look at this. 170 megabytes of VRAM utilized. This is not bad. This is a great performance from this video card. Look at this. I got 800 by 600. I disable anisotropic filtering and anti-aliasing in order to get some performance in this. I understand it's a low quality, but I get to play FlatOut with this video card, and I love it. Seriously, this is one of those situations in which I would like to be with an old Ion like this. Apparently it's utilizing the video card properly. I don't even know if it's worth calling it video card. But I got 80 FPS on 800 by 600 with 32 bits depth. You can see that is working okay-ish theoretically. I like it, seriously. I like the performance this adapter is offering me. Oh no, nice performance. On the GPU side is still good on this occasion, 41 degrees with maximum core load on the video card. Nearly 100 megabytes of VRAM utilized, and can say nothing bad about it because it's okay, on the GPU side, averaging really well. I got 77 on the average with 63 on minimal. Those are good numbers. On the system RAM, I got 666 megabytes of system RAM. Damn! the devil system with me in this case. All right, the system side is not very funny, seriously. On the CPU side, I got 29% load on the CPU with a couple of cores utilized. This is actually a good performance from this. Not a bad performance. I would say it's almost there with this CPU. It managed to hold really well. If I disable shaders and anti-aliasing in this game on 800 by 600, I keep high details and other stuff. You can actually see that I can play the game with this. Ion, apparently, it's holding on 800 by 600. This is the theme today for the games. 640, 800 by 600, and the video card can actually do the job. I got 40 degrees in this occasion. It doesn't utilize the GPU at maximum. 97-98% load on the core with under 100 megabytes of VRAM utilization. This is okay. Even though I got half a gig, you know, it's not okay to actually load it up because the core doesn't have the capability on actually process it, you know, because of PCI Express. Now, if you move this on a 16X or 8X or even 4X, I think you had different type of performance, but at the same time it would have been a different type of video card. I'll take this, you know, I'll take this performance you can give me with this. It's PCI Express 1, you know, so I'm guessing this is the best glorified display adapter. But if you want to test some games with this, you can actually see it's running with this type of resolution and quality. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just like this is it, you know. You cannot ask more from this Ion, but yeah, this is only for testing. My opinion, this is only for testing. You know, if you have any problems with the memory, with the CPU, you can stick it in and see if it's working, you know, because you can test CPUs. Look at it. On the CPU side, I got only one core that is over 50%. The third core, it's with 70-80%, you know, and the rest of them 10, 5, 15, 20 barely utilize. So this is a single or dual core CPU depending on the frequency. On the system side, I got 900 megabytes of system RAM. So yeah, it's a good performance. Apparently, I managed to see that this is a 130 watts consumption overall performance, you know, so it's not bad, you know. I will call this a big W from this Ion with this computer. Does it run Crysis? This is the most interesting question that I can put on this video card, seriously. 800 by 600 lowest resolution with lowest quality. You can actually see I got 30 FPS, 100 megabytes of VRAM utilized, 20-30 FPS from this display adapter. I'll take it. 140 watts. That means it's being utilized in this case. So 130 megabytes of VRAM allocated. I got CPU utilization. That's why I got 10 watts more, because the average wattage that I had with this was 130. So the CPU is utilized in this case, is doing the job. 43%, 45% load on the CPU, 50 degrees, even the CPU is being utilized. So hence why I got the problem here. Can't expect too much from this because of the PCI Express bandwidth. Now, if you can detach from that and find a low resolution and a low quality, you can actually have some fun with it, you know, trying to give reason for this to live. Seriously, it's just a reminder what you have today, you know, PCI Express 1. I think I have a bigger chance on getting more performance from iGPU or an APU graphics, you know. This is what you get, you know, from this video card display adapter. I keep saying video card, but yeah, if you find any good reason for it, it's not worth giving it away, you know. It's not worth trashing it. Imagine trying to find games that actually works with this display adapter. Now, if you're interested on doing that, then you'll have different type of experience. Let's analyze this. Let's do a reset on this occasion. I got 640 on the resolution. I got maximum load on the video card score, 39 degrees, and 32 megabytes of VRAM utilized. Not bad. This is actually a decent performance from this. So if I search game for this display adapter like this, I think I have a standing chance. 640 on the resolution brings me back like a retro gaming, the old games back in the days, you know. Seeing how it's performing here, it's not that bad, you know. It shows me that if I really want to do this, this is how it needs to be. 800 by 600 would have been much better in this case, but even 640 shows me that I can get some nice FPS in this case. I think the best thing I can do for this is try to fiddle with the resolution and the quality in order to get more from this. But yeah, I'll take it. Not a bad performance from this. Got 700 megabytes of system RAM use. In this case, it's not that bad with this display adapter. The CPU has got only one core utilized here with 29-30% load on the CPU. Okay-ish theoretically, you know, but I wish I had more support from the CPU. But if it doesn't help, that's it. I'm gonna do my best with this, and that's it. This is the most important thing, to find all games for this, and you'll have no problem. Interesting performance on this occasion. I got the lowest quality here. I put it on low with low resolution in order to get some very interesting performance in F.E.A.R. 640 on the resolution apparently is the one that managed to cut it with 80 FPS on average. Let me do one more time a reset here in order to see if I can get the performance I need. 58 FPS on 1%, 65 on minimal, and 80 on average. I wish I had more games like this. 1.1 gig of system RAM utilized here. You can actually see the CPU, it's being utilized with a couple of cores. I got 30% load on the CPU with 46 degrees, 48 actually in some cases. But yeah, the last core is being utilized on the CPU, and it's offering me nice FPS. So here with low resolution, 640 and 800 by 600, you can actually see it's the one that needs to be put on this display adapter. Now, if I want to play this game, this is how it needs to be on the lowest resolution. PCI Express apparently is the problem. Can't do nothing here. I can't play the game with high resolution. That's the only problem I have in this case. 1.2 gig of system RAM, 41 degrees, 42 with 100 megabytes of VRAM utilized, and around 90% load on the GPU score. 95 actually. You know, you can actually see it's averaging really well. So this resolution can be, I say, a decent quality and the resolution in order to get 60 FPS on minimal. 65 on minimal is good for a display adapter that works only on PCI Express 1, you know. So this is not something that you want to put on the side. Low quality, looks okay theoretically. So if you want to play the game, that's it. This is what you got. This is the most unique video card that I have, if I can call it a video card. But the most important thing is to see that I have options on a couple of games. You know, I understand that I can use this as a display adapter. I can butcher it. I can overclock it. I can destroy this by putting stuff that are not meant for it, you know. But having this type of playlist with all games, I think it gives me purpose, you know. It makes it more valid, you know. I want to play older titles with a GPU like this. Yes, it's 2010, you know. This is a 2010 GPU that has half a gig of VRAM. There's a lot of video cards from 2010 with half a gig of VRAM that does a nice job, and they are really good even today. If I have a 2010 video card with 1 gig of VRAM, half a gig of VRAM, I can know how to make my way through the day with that GPU. You know, there's no discussion. You know, I know how to utilize it. I know how to entertain. But in this situation with this, I will say it's difficult. And if I don't have options like this with the retro gaming, it will be very hard to actually keep it. Just for the name. I mean, now I'm very happy that I managed to put my hands on it because it's very unique to see NVIDIA ION. Can I recommend something like this? Something similar on PCI Express 1 is good to have something efficient. If you can make an old machine run with a video card similar to this, it's worth it. Building a retro machine, building an old machine with an old operating system is just very satisfying. I like it. I recommend a video card similar to this because this is very hard to, I cannot find it, you know. But if you do manage to find something like this, keep it because it's very good display adapter for testing and or retro gaming like this. That's it. You know, it's very efficient, you know. If you have any suggestion for this display adapter or for the system, leave a comment, smash that like button, and I will see you very soon.